Hello, and a warm welcome from New Zealand. I'm Peter Catt, the CEO and founder of Replica Digital Humans, and today I'll be exploring the opportunity for conversational AI in healthcare. It's now 1:45 here in New Zealand, so I decided to pre-record the presentation rather than run the very real risk of the presenter falling asleep and not the audience. I will be available for the live Q&A though. I'm going to begin today by briefly talking about the patient experience to help frame the presentation, and then introduce conversational AI for patient journeys. I'll then play a few short demo videos to help make this real for everyone, and finish on the broad range of conversational AI use cases in healthcare. I'd also like to say that I genuinely believe that conversational design is probably the most important driver of a great user experience, and the UI is definitely secondary. However, my focus today is on cases and UI approaches and not conversational design. In recent years, a significant trend has emerged in healthcare. The patient journey and patient experience have become a strategic imperative for many healthcare providers. And by patient journey, I mean awareness of a healthcare need right through to post-treatment support. And according to the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality, patient experience includes several aspects of healthcare delivery that patients value highly when they seek and receive care, such as getting timely appointments, easy access to information, and good communication with healthcare providers. In fact, 92% of healthcare consumers surveyed say that improving the patient experience should be a top strategic priority for healthcare providers. And research also shows that by placing more importance on the patient experience, providers can improve patient satisfaction and boost sales and market share. Of course, healthcare consumers want frictionless experiences, and they want healthcare to be transparent, personal, and affordable, all of which impact their provider choices. So to create seamless healthcare journeys, providers must re-examine their services and practices from the customer's perspective, eliminating barriers and friction wherever possible. I'm pretty confident most of you will understand the term conversational AI. Still, I thought I'd just say that its fundamental value is in making it easier for people to talk with computers. And it's really matured over the last decade or so with the help of large data sets for model training and much faster and cheaper compute in the form of graphics processing units, or GPU. These large data sets and GPU have now seen many breakthroughs in machine learning approaches to natural language processing and huge improvements in the user experience. Of course, there is still quite a way to go. Nevertheless, many solutions have become increasingly helpful in recent years. I'm now going to review a conceptual architecture before we get into some demos and use cases. As can be seen, we have users on the left, then several channels that I'll come back to, our conversational AI engine or service, and various data sources on the right. They include pre-configured dialogue, which is typical of chatbots, but also the ability to retrieve answers from enterprise systems along with unstructured data sources. This can be really helpful for what's known as a long-tail search, when a user asks a question that's uncommon or hasn't been anticipated or addressed in the pre-configured dialogue. Coming back to our various digital channels, they provide options to suit the user and the scenario. For example, some may prefer SMS, text, and others may prefer engaging with a digital human. But we also have smart search and smart forms. Smart search uses natural language understanding to search a knowledge base, like a search bar, but with advanced natural language understanding. In contrast, a smart form is an online form that uses NLP to validate user inputs and offer guidance. For example, spoken help with what inputs are required and why. Or this can also be done with dynamic text pop-ups. Smart forms are actually an important approach as many people struggle to understand and complete forms. So just what exactly is a digital human? Well, here's Dave to briefly explain.
Hi, my name's Dave, and I'm an artificial intelligence powered digital human. I'm carefully designed to help your patients 24/7, whether it be encouraging healthy lifestyle choices, providing better access to healthcare advice and consumer medicine information, or even making appointments. I'm also fluent in over 40 languages. With replica digital humans, you can scale service, reduce costs, and better support your patients.
So that was Dave giving a little intro of himself and some high-level capability. So digital humans are artificial intelligence-powered 3D representations of people, or more simply put, chatbots with avatars. They certainly increase engagement over a text-based chatbot. Still, I'm the first to say they aren't suitable for every use case and audience. Digital humans can also use tone and emotion analysis to recognize user emotions and respond dynamically to what's being said. So this can really help display empathy and build an emotional connection to even further increase user engagement. Also, there's some really useful research that states when using avatars, people are much more likely to accept conversational shortcomings compared to basic text-based chatbots. So that in itself is a pretty big benefit of using avatars. Next up, we have a chatbot example that provides frequently asked questions for a pretty well-known medicine. This is a basic chatbot, so there's no sound on this demo. So tell me, was that the longest 60 seconds of your life? It's clearly not as engaging as Dave, but a good use case that empowers patients without the embarrassment or feelings of judgment they may have when talking to someone about their erectile dysfunction. The last demo I'd like to show you is a radiology booking journey using an avatar as part of a typical chat UI form factor. So what we would call an avatar chatbot rather than the full screen digital human.
Hi, I'm Emily, a digital member of the radiology team. I can help you book your appointment or answer questions about our different scans. Please log in, or I can get your details if you are a new patient. Hi, Jane. Please choose an option below. I'd like to book a mammogram. Are you booking for a routine screening mammogram or do you have changes to your breasts that are concerning you or your doctor? Just routine. If you have a referral form, can you please upload it? Thanks, Jane. Please choose your preferred location. 98 Mountain Road, Epsom. Now you can choose your preferred date and time. Okay, I've booked your mammogram for 10 a.m. Thursday the 10th of February at 98 Mountain Road, Epsom. I'll also send you a confirmation email. Thank you. You're welcome. Can I help you with anything else?
So that's a real world example that aims to increase user engagement and booking completions. And there's been some exciting research on this, with conversational agents having a booking completion rate of around 150% higher than online forms. It's generally because they're more engaged and less demanding and far less difficult for some people. I have a pretty broad range of use cases here, from lifestyle coaching and patient surveys to training simulations and making insurance claims. All of these are actually in use, and I'm certain that there are plenty of other healthcare use cases that I haven't covered. And it wouldn't take much imagination to come up with other examples that would help the patient experience and ease the workload of healthcare professionals. Still, it is worth mentioning at this point that in healthcare, there's increased risk when using conversational agents for diagnostic and prognostic use cases. And that's generally when regulatory approval is needed. That, of course, is also going to dramatically increase solution costs. So here's a patient journey slide showing how conversational AI can improve the journey through easy access to information and helpful guided processes and tasks. As you can see, we have our patient journey steps across the top from left to right. So awareness through to adherence and ongoing support. And below these, we have some useful tasks that can be performed with conversational agents. Some of these are fairly straightforward, frequently asked questions like medical condition and procedure information. And some are fairly involved guided processes like booking appointments and symptom checking, which is more complex than it first looks. This isn't exhaustive, but it gives you an idea of the use cases that have now been widely adopted by healthcare providers. In fact, all of these can be easily achieved with a single conversational patient engagement solution that's been integrated with clinical systems like electronic health records or practice management software. I think this is an excellent example of a conversational journey. You can see that we cover multiple needs that both empower and engage the patient with conversational AI. So to conclude, I'm hoping you now have a pretty good understanding of the range of approaches and use cases for conversational AI in healthcare, and maybe even some ideas around possible directions if that's your professional focus. And importantly, let's not forget that our whole aim here is to improve the patient experience, and the technology is just the enabler. But before we move on to the Q&A, I thought I'd play something a little lighter. So here's Dave again.
Hi, my name's Dave. How can I help you today?
Hi, Dave. What makes you different from the average chatbot?
Great question. Well, I'm clearly better looking and I make it easy to use voice, text, or touch. I can also give you useful content like videos, maps, and product carousels. What's more, because I'm powered by IBM Watson, I can have natural and helpful conversations with you.
Thanks, Dave. That's great.
You're welcome. Enjoy your day.
Can you see and hear me?